It's a new language, new crowd. We don't know the level of acceptance. So fingers crossed. So honestly, my dream would be to do a comedy film with Ajay sir. जो हो रहा है वो funny लग रहा है audience को, but लेकिन characters को funny नहीं लग रहा है. Like that's the thing.
She has already mesmerized the South industry in 3 languages with her immense talent, and now she's all set to rule the hearts of the Hindi film audience as well, as she already has 2 Hindi films up for release with Bhuj, The Pride of India, and Hangama 2. Welcome, Pranita, to Spotboy. So,
Thank you.
first of all, how has been the transition from South to Bollywood for you?
I wouldn't call it a transition. It's just been a natural progression
Hmm.
because whether it was moving from Kannada to Telugu and now to Hindi, it's just felt like a natural, upgrade every time. I wouldn't even say upgrade because today all the industries are equal. So I think it's just been like just sort of moving to something new.
Okay. So, like, you have now worked across 4 languages. Do you after now 10 years you have been in the industry? You still get that first time jitters every time you make a debut?
Absolutely. Yeah, obviously, because it's a new language, new crowd. We don't know the level of acceptance. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. Like, people kind of have a misconception that the South is like a one big industry, but it has several. The Malayalam industry is different. The Tamil industry is
Yes,
different.
they're all different.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have worked across 4 languages now. So is it
Yes.
scary starting from scratch every time after you have already built a name for yourself in one of the industries?
It is not that scary because I think in the South, at least, they're pretty interlinked. So people in Bangalore watch Telugu movies quite a bit. And then in Telugu, people are keeping track of what's happening in Tamil. So there you kind of immediately fit in very quickly because they're all very similar. It's like, I would say, like how you have your Punjabi industry, Punjabi, Hindi, Gujarati, they're all very similar. I mean, I don't know if they're similar, but you know what I mean? They're all very next to each other, the placement of the states. So, but I think coming to Hindi was quite a challenge because there, I must mention, actually, even in Hindi, I found familiarity because people there also watch South films because either for inspiration, either or to remake films, or nowadays, Sony Max and all these channels play dubbed versions. So, I think the first few people to recognize me there were your, the waiters and the auto mein jo wait, they keep waiting for, and then when you come out of the restaurant, and those guys really recognize you because they're already watching all this, or like concierge at the hotel, and that was quite fun because they seem to have watched all these movies on YouTube or their phone because they have time also. And later, eventually, I realized that the producers and directors, they also keep a track of South films because they tried. Obviously, everyone's scouting for talent all the time, trying to look for new stories. So I felt I kind of found familiar ground even there.
Yeah, and you are right. Like, the South film industry has kind of become very popular now in the last 5 to 10 years, especially.
Yeah, especially with Bahubali and everything, sort of being, just being the same film in different languages, or whether it was other Salman Khan films that are like remakes of South films. So somewhere there is like a very strong connection.
Yeah, like I remember my first South film that I watched was Shivaji the Boss. Like that is
see, Rajnikant, you can't miss because it's like, I think Hindi audiences are loving this mass masala vibes of the South. Yeah, and I've seen Mizan especially. I find he's obsessed with South films, and now I'm like, you should debut in the South almost. So if you ever interview him, ask him about this.
Arey pakka. He should. Yeah. So like now you are doing your first Hindi film, that too with someone who established like Ajay Devgan and Sanjay Dutt. So how do you feel like fortunate in that you got that chance, and how has the whole experience been working with such big talent?
So I don't really have screen space with Sanjay Dutt sir, but I'm a huge fan of Sanjay sir. But nevertheless, I think Ajay sir has been like one of my favorite heroes, especially in the comedy genre with his Golmaal series and all of those films. So honestly, my dream would be to do a comedy film with Ajay sir. But I think Bhuj also is like a great way to start in Hindi. It's a war film, and I'm a very nationalist. I'm a nationalist as a person, so I really love these nationalist ideas or like promoting patriotism through films. So to be a part of one such film is really fantastic for me.
Okay. So, what can you tell us about your part in Bhuj? Whatever you're allowed to.
So in Bhuj, I play a Marathi wife. Vijay Kanik is played by Ajay Sir. He's a real life, Air Force squadron, and I play his wife, who's also a real life character, obviously, because, like I said, this is based on an incident that happened in
Yeah.
1971, where we're replicating that incident in the movie. So it is a real life character. Nevertheless, I wouldn't really say that my role is like very crucial to the film or something, because it is a war film at the end of the day, and it is about Ajay sir, Sanjay sir, and their tracks
Yeah.
are really more important than the girl in the film. But it's still a great way to start.
Yeah. And now you already have your second film in line with Hangama 2.
Yeah.
And you had a like drastic jump from drama to comedy.
Yes.
So how was that for you?
It's a drastic jump, but not for me, because Priyansa's film. If you've watched his films, nobody is doing comedy. Nobody is trying to be funny. Like as characters, we are not cracking a joke, but the joke is on us. Like if जो हो रहा है वो funny लग रहा है audience को, but लेकिन characters को funny नहीं लग रहा है. Like that's the thing. Characters are in tragedy, and the audience is finding it funny. So that's how
Yeah.
his films are. So in that sense, I didn't have to actually do anything, in terms of comedy in the Priyansa film as well.
Okay. So like there was a time when pandemic kind of broke that both the films were about to release on the same day, 15th August.
Oh yes, when it first started, when it was launched, it was gonna release on the same day, and it was also supposed to be June in 2020. And by April, I'd already signed my third Bollywood film in April 2020. I'd already signed my third Bollywood film, so I think I was really on a roll. The pandemic has definitely changed the course of my life. I don't know how much to. It really takes me into these pangs of anxiety, like, oh, what's happening? Like, it was so good, my trajectory was so good, and how did this happen? So but I guess that's life. We would just accept it. So.
Okay. But now, which one is gonna release first, Bhuj or Hangama? Because now both are coming on OTT.
I really don't know. I wish I could answer this, because I would also want to know so that I can promote whichever was starting earlier first.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah.
Okay. But now, since both are getting an OTT release, do you kind of miss that feeling of getting a theatrical opening? Because
100%. 100%, because I'm from the South, and I have, here it's a festival when a film releases, especially because the hero has like a crazy number of very diehard fans, and they watch the film at 12 in the night. There's a Milk Abhishekam, there's a puja for the hero's cutout, there is dhol, there is crackers, it's like Diwali, it's like all the festivals in one. And it's like, people rush to the theaters, first day, first show, FDFS. It's in the reviews are out by the time you wake up at 7, you don't get sleep all night. It's so crazy. But in Bollywood, it's just like, hi, film release ho rahi hai, that's all. So nobody's like mad about it. So, yeah.
yeah. But when both the films were about to release on the same day, did you have that kind of like anxiety हो कि काश एक push हो जाए एक थोड़ा सा
नहीं, आई थॉट कि ज्यादा लोग देखेंगे जो पेट्रियोटिक फिल्म्स पसंद, जिनको पेट्रियोटिक फिल्म पसंद है वो भुज देखेंगे, जिनको कॉमेडी पसंद है वो हंगामा 2 देखेंगे. So technically all of India will be watching me, so I was very happy about that. And like I said, I'd signed my third film also, so I was like it's just going to be me, like आप लोगों को सिर्फ मुझे देखना पड़ेगा. I really thought that I'm going to be on a roll, back in like last April. And when Modi ji announced, I remember that day I came back on 18th March. 19th March, he announced that there's a 21-day lockdown, and I was like, 21 days? Are you serious? Like, I have my next film shoot. What am I going to do at home? And this 21 days has now become 2 years. I don't know. And now I feel like I don't even remember. Like now, I think it's really like when we're organizing all these interviews and I'm talking about them, and suddenly I'm being reminded of my career and all these wonderful things. Because otherwise, the rest of the day, you're only talk. I'm also doing a lot of social work. I don't know if you've observed the Pranita Foundation that we have. And we're doing oxygen concentrators, trying to find beds for people, posting about all these things. And it's so taxing. It's so disturbing every day. I'm listening to COVID-related news. And then it's just so like, this is like fine. I don't know. Like I said, these 2 years have been very crucial, changed everyone's lives for sure.
Yeah. And as you said about your work, so I read that both your parents are doctors. So your experience must have been so different from everyone else, because you have kind of witness that at home. if you are living with them right
Yeah, so the thing is, my parents have actually, to be really honest, they're not doing COVID duty. So
Okay.
not all doctors in India are doing COVID duty,
Okay.
right? So they're also doing their own specialization, and I think that's what my parents are doing. Same with our hospital. We're not encouraging COVID patients to come, because not all hospitals are allowed to take on the responsibility of COVID, because it's a big responsibility, having those beds, oxygen cylinders, and this and that. We're only treating medical issues that are non-COVID, but which is still risky, because it is medical. People don't know what they have, and they just come to the hospital. So I think it still puts my parents at risk. But they're vaccinated. They were the first to get vaccinated. I think they were like human experiments of vaccination when it first started. And they double mask, and they just, I don't know. I try to tell my parents not to go to work, but then they feel it's their duty, and then they're like, like this 2 years you can't sit at home, so they want to go, and I've given up. Like, I just encourage them to go work. And they're also very encouraging. Like last year when I wanted to go to the streets and distribute food and everything, they said okay, because if that's what you like, I know it's risky, but take your precautions and do it. But this year I'm very scared to even do that, so everything I'm doing is online. All the management, everything is online.
Okay. So even if they are not doing COVID duty, you said that they are working in the hospital. See, people walk in front of them who have COVID.
Yeah.
So you have seen how much risk they are facing. So at a time when
Absolutely.
So at this time when you see people flouting rules and being careless, how does it make you feel? Because you have kind of a personal experience.
So you really can't blame like a certain group or something for being careless. Like I saw yesterday somebody who got married on the flight or something, and you remember that was in the news. So in a way they can defend themselves, saying all of them were from the same family, so technically they were safe. But so like COVID, I think, is very debatable. And the people who've stayed at home for 2 years and still contracted it, people who have not even let their servants step in for the last 2 years and they still got COVID, people who have had doctors take care of them since like 6 months and still had medical issues. I really don't know. Like COVID is a very strange disease. Kahan se aa raha hai, kisi ko pata nahi hai. Rose, there's a new guideline. So one day they say you in the beginning of COVID, like last April, they said, oh, mask is not required. And then by June, they were like, you have to wear a mask. And now everyone's like, you have to wear double mask. So I think every day there's a new guideline. First, they say it's not airborne. In between, they said it's airborne. Now they're like, yesterday someone said don't wear masks for too long because this black fungus is caused by masks. Then someone said don't do steam inhalation because black fungus can come from that. So I think every day there's a new guideline. There's no way you can be really careful. There's no one to blame. You can't just blame your maid or your watchman, because it's not like they're trying to contract it for themselves either. So they're just in a space where they might contract. So it's really hard. Like I can't really explain. The best thing to do is if you can just go and live away from the city in a jungle, you'd be safe. That's the only way, I guess. So
coming back to your work with Hungama 2, do you feel any pressure of carrying forward a franchise, or does it fill you with excitement?
No, there is pressure because me and Mizan are new to the film industry and we really need to establish ourselves. So Bhuj, even if it's a hit, it's not a film that's solely my film. So it's not like, I'll take away all the credit. But Hungama is a film that where me and Mizan are, for us, it's really important. We're very key in the movie, and I really wish the audience loves the movie.
Yeah. So how has Mizan been as a co-star?
Oh, he's amazing. He's very, very talented. He, like I said, he comes from he's Sanjay Leela Bhansali School of Work. His family is full of boogie producers and people who are great at dancing. So I think he's really good at dancing and acting, and he also gives me tips on how to go about things, and very chilled out, a lot of fun. Nice working with him.
Okay. And he's such a good dancer. Javed sir is such a good dancer. So did you get to learn something from him on that kind of shake?
Oh yes, I still remember when we were shooting the promotional song, he used to call my makeup artist and say, tell her to do it like this. And I was actually a bit tense that day because there was Shilpa Shetty, who's a pro on one hand. Then there is Mizan, who's also really good at dancing. Then there's Ganesh Acharya, who's like really good at dancing. And then there's me, who is like, I've done so many films, but then I'm not a dancer. So there's so much pressure. Everyone's clapping up for Shilpa ma'am. Everyone's clapping when Mizan's working.
Yeah.
So I kind of was tensed up and I was going one beat faster. So he called my makeup artist and said, she's getting so tense because everyone's like a pro here. Tell her to go slow because I've seen her in the rehearsals and she did a great job. So that was really reassuring. And I think that's how co-stars should be. Like we kind of help each other out, do a good job. So the song ultimately looks great.
Yeah. And speaking of Shilpa Shetty, like she's making a comeback after so many years with Hangama too. So, did you see that same spark that the audience saw in her in the 90s and the early 2000s?
100%. She hasn't aged one bit. She's doesn't look a day older. I
Yeah.
think like you would wonder in the film who's younger because she's so pretty and nice.
Yeah. And apart from her, like you have so many comedy veterans in the film. Paresh sir,
Yeah.
then Rajpal sir,
Rajpal
Johnny.
Yadav and
Yeah.
all these.
And your director himself, Priyadarshan sir, is like he's known for his comedy
He
films.
himself is like the king of that. Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, did you kind of learn more about comedy through that film from these people?
Like I said in the film, yeah, Paresh Rawalji and it could be like Rajpal Yadav, but they are, like I said, they're not doing comedy, but they are like the
Yeah, it's
character is
the
in
situation.
like they're like वो रो रहे हैं actually film में, like they're like in that do like in a very cartoonish way, and then the audience seems to find it funny. So that's how their characters are.
Yeah.
So it's fun working with them. Johnny Lever, so that he's the best. Like I've always been a fan of him. When we were kids, obviously we were watching all these films, but he was so important in the film, and it was so much fun. And back in when we were shooting the film, TikTok was not banned, so all of us used to make TikTok with Johnny Lever
Yeah.
and with Rajpal. So it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Johnny Lever, sir, yeah.
And now, like Priyadarshan sir is also making a comeback after 7 years in Hindi films. Did you
Yes.
get a sense of familiarity with him since he also belongs to the South industry?
Yes, I think that was my like the biggest plus of the film is the fact that the director is Malayalam and the director team, the direction team is full of Tamilians. So there is a sense of everyone's from the south in the film. Half the team is from the south, half the team is from the north. So there's no question of feeling out of place. But not even in Bhuj, I didn't feel out of place because they just really were so warm to me and very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And like when I spoke to Mizan last, he had said like Priyam sir is like a school in himself. His approach to work.
Yeah,
is
he will act and show you, and you will have to just copy him. And
Yeah.
he will tell you, like he will just say, like, do this, not anything else. Like he is so like he'll say no extra, no less. Like it has to be just this. That's it.
Yeah.
Very easy, very nice to work with.
So-
And he doesn't let you prepare. He won't give you the dialogue 1 month in advance
Uh-huh.
and then make it stale. He'll give you 5 minutes before the shot.
Yeah. So very natural everything that comes up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now, do you plan to focus more on Hindi films, or you
Yes,
want to
of course.
balance?
Like I said, I'd already signed my third in last April.
Yeah.
But that was quite a bummer that there's COVID. But yeah, let's see. As of now, I'm hoping to concentrate on Hindi. This is the time when everyone's interested to watch content on OTT.
Yeah.
Let's see where it goes.
And who is on your wish list of actors and directors that you want to work with?
Actors, Ranveer Singh. Directors, and Shah Rukh Khan. Directors would be Sanjay Leela Bhansali, Imtiaz Ali. I look so stale saying these answers everywhere, but they are. And Shashank
Yeah.
Khaitan. There's Shakun Batra. There's I want to work with Zoya Akhtar. I just really want to work with everyone.
Yeah.
Give me
Like-
10 movies a month.
Yeah, like Zoya Akhtar and Sanjay Leela Bhansali are like on every wish list. Every actor that
Yeah.
I've spoken to, they are like on every
Yeah.
wish list. Everyone wants to.
But I also have some others, like I have Sarvesh Mewara or like even like very different ones also on my list because it's not just about doing those, some of these films like Badrinath Ki Dulhaniya and all are so cute and I want to do those films also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of Sanjay sir, like Mizan has already worked with him. Did he give you any
Yes.
tips on how to maybe impress him so that Sanjay sir might cast you in his next?
I have to ask this question very importantly now that you've told me. I will ask him, but I wish it worked. It was so simple that you can just impress the director like this, and then I don't think it works like that. But
Yeah.
it would be a dream to work with Sanjay sir, and I think very soon I will.
Okay. So like you said, you have signed your third Hindi film. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
No, we had signed it, but then it didn't has not really. Oh, we had done the story discussions. We not really signed it on paper, but we'd
Okay.
orally like okayed it. And I flew to Bangalore, and then the lockdown happened.
Yeah.
So it was exactly that. So,
Okay. So apart from these three films, any other projects that you are currently pursuing? in any
lots of
language?
them through the last through I think from September we've been offered so many different things, OTT, series. It could be like OTT
Mhm.
films, but we're still thinking. And definitely, I would make a huge announcement whenever I sign my next one.
Okay, okay. But Pranita, it has been a pleasure talking to you, and it
Great,
was
yeah.
amazing talking to you. And I have to say, I can't wait for Hangama 2. Like, it is a film that I have grown up on, Hangama 1. So I can't wait to see it again with more fun and with you in it. And wish you all the
Thank
best
you.
for all your future endeavors.
Thank you.
And hope to see much,
Thank
much, much more of you in Hindi films.
Thank you. Lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much, friend.